Well, hey there guys, welcome to another Ed's Retro Geek Out video. This one is all about flea market finds. Yeah, it's summertime, so that means flea markets. Went to a couple. I'll show you some footage. So yeah, the first one I was over at, I was actually also selling my doubles and my crap from the house we're living in currently. Yeah, so I brought over some nerdy stuff of mine, and we brought over, you know, the old baby bottles and stuff like that just to sell. But I didn't manage to get like an hour or two to walk around as well, and you know, it was already late. It wasn't really early when I went out to look for this stuff, but I did find some pretty good stuff actually. Started walking around at 11 and I was like, okay, what are these games doing over here? These games were just lying about, and I was like, yeah, how much are these? And the kid was like, well, just make me an offer. And I'm like, well, you're like 8 years old, I'm not gonna make you an offer. But then, like, in the end, he asked his mom, he was like, and she was like, yeah, 3 a piece. I'm like, €3 a piece for these games? That's pretty darn good. So I picked them up. I picked up Super Mario Brothers 2, New Super Mario Brothers 2. This is the one where, you know, Mario has to find a shizzle-manizzle ton of coins. Very fun one, but you know, it has that thing going for it. Like anything released after New Super Mario Bros is, you know, just New Super Mario Bros. It's not really anything new happening over here. And then we got Pokemon X, a game I did play it when it came out because I just got back into playing video games in my mid-20s, I guess. Yeah, I actually enjoyed this one. Don't know any of the names, but I see like Mewtwo is on there and a Pikachu. So yeah, I mean, any of the regular Pokemon games are just freaking awesome. Of course, I already have these two, but you know, I'm gonna trade them in, or I'm gonna trade them with other people, or just sell them and use the money for stuff I want for my collection. That's how stuff goes. Of course, with these 3DS games, there had to be a system, because they told me, the family, yeah, we're moving to America, so we need to get rid of this stuff. My son, he bought a Switch, and he just wants to take that. And I'm like, okay, where's the system? It ended up being a Nintendo 2DS that came with it. Still in okay condition. Came with the adapter, or, well, the power supply thing. First 2DS I ever bought, so I was like, yeah, does this have a parent lock on there? Because I don't know if you guys know, but is there like a way when the thing is locked, when there's like a parental lock on there, that you can get rid of it, or do you have to go back to the company settings, but you lose all the downloaded games on there? I'm not sure. So yeah, this was the first one. I asked her, like, does it still work, because it wasn't powering on. She was like, yeah, sure, it still works. We didn't put any codes on it. So I was like, okay, well, for 20 euros is what I got this for. I think I knocked off €1 off of these, and these two were like €5. So it was 25 for the whole lot. And she was like, yeah, no, it still works. There's nothing wrong with it. And I was like, okay, I'll go for it. Got home, powered on right away, no parental lock. So I'm pretty glad, and I don't know, I think I'm gonna keep this one for my little daughter because she likes to play the Kirby games. Not that she knows what she's doing, but she enjoys looking at the thing and thinking it's a phone. She'll go around like, oh, I'm calling you daddy. So yeah, great first pickup. Walked around a little bit more and looked over at a Switch game. I was like, hey, how much is this one? I think I paid 12 or 15 for this Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn, still sealed. Apparently it's better than the actual Shaq Fu game, which which should be good. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like, yeah, I heard this game is actually not that bad, so I might as well pick it up. It's brand new. So that's why I bought this one. It also says bonus FU, free additional content. So yeah, no downloadable DLC stuff or anything, I guess. It's pretty neat. Yeah, another game for a Switch collection. That was good. I was walking around over there looking at some resellers, and I kept coming back to this one booth that had like a case of Game Boy games, and there was one Game Boy game in there. I still need it. Now, maybe I haven't spoken about this in like a couple months, but I'm actually working on getting a complete Game Boy Classic collection, and I'm down to like the last 30 or 20 games, and this one I was checking like, oh crap, I don't have this one. So I was like, how much is it? It's 15 euros. And the guy didn't want to budge on anything, so he was like, yeah, you know, pick something else, we'll make a bundle deal or something. I was like, yeah, there's nothing here I need. And then in the end, he finally went down to 12, and I got BC Kid. Now, this is called Bonk's Adventure, I think. You have Bonk's Adventure and you have Bonk's Revenge on the Game Boy. Over in Europe, it's called BC Kid and BC Kid 2. So yeah, BC Kid 2, actually a fun game, fun platformer. It's a Bonk game, so you use his head to, you know, hit with, and it's actually fun. I like this game. So I already had BC Kid 2 for the longest time, and I was like, oh, I really have to get this one now too. So yeah, great finding another Game Boy game. So that means there's like less than 30 left to go for that full set. So yeah, awesome game. And then my buddy Sam was also over at the flea market. This is in our hometown, so he always sets up. I set up, and we never seem to be like right next to each other, so we can just hang. But he brought over lots of stuff from his Jurassic Park collection that was overflowing. He brought lots of game stuff too, and one of the things we found a couple years back was this CDI with a ton of games, and of course in there was Hotel Mario. So when I saw the CDI, I was like, dude, are you selling this? Do you still have Hotel Mario? And he was like, yeah, it's in there. Now initially it had a 40 euro price tag on it, this Hotel Mario, but I was like, you know, I was there when we found it. What can you do? Can you make me a bro deal, or maybe an Ed deal, you know? An Eddie deal. So he was like, you know what, just cut that in two, and I gave him a 20 euro bill, and he was like, yeah, that's good. Hotel Mario is one of the games created by Nintendo for the Philips CDI, or licensed by Nintendo. Now there's also a couple of Zelda games released for a CDI. All the games are pretty much terrible, but this is just, the thing with this is it's kind of like the Virtual Boy. You don't want to get it to play it ever, but you want to have it in your collection because you're a collector. And this was one of the things, I was there when Sam found it, and I was like, well, I thought that was cool back then, and even for getting this one for 20 euros, it's quite an okay deal. And this is going into the collection. It's never going to come out. So yeah, Sam, thanks so much for hooking me up with this Hotel Mario. Yeah, pretty neat on the inside. Disc doesn't have any scratches or anything, or at least no scratches, so that's pretty good. Maybe I can whip up some gameplay of this little crap fest over here. So, you know, going out at 11 or at 1 in the afternoon and still finding stuff like Hotel Mario or BC Kid for what I guess are decent prices. Of course, this was a bro deal. I can't really, you know, put that in there. But, you know, finding the 2DS lot, that was pretty darn epic for me. That was like, why is this still out here? Because there were a lot of hunters going around. Yeah, Shaq Fu, also pretty glad with all these pickups from over here. And there was one last thing I picked up at this first flea market, which was something music related. I went around first time, I was like, no, I'm not gonna ask, it's gonna be too much. And then I went over there and was just like, you know, I'll just ask. I've been getting lucky with finding music equipment lately. Anyways, what did I pick up? I picked up a, I think one of the first versions of the Roland Cube 15X. Now, what this is basically just a practice amp, but like since this year, I've been also tutoring kids on how to play guitar. I'm a guitar tutor in my spare time, if I ever have spare time. And yeah, this is going to come in handy. It's all digital. You have like a metal preset, a regular distortion preset. It also plays clean if you want to play, you know, Hotel California or something. But yeah, this should be a pretty good fit for me. Just bring this along to guitar class and not having to, you know, bring like a big ass box or anything over there. So yeah, in the end, he was asking 30, so I was like, that's a pretty darn good deal. So I said, like, you do 25. Gave it to me for 25 euros. I was thinking he's gonna be like, it's gonna be 80 or something. So, you know, always ask, never assume. So then over to the next flea market. There's only like 2 clips in this, I guess. Okay, there's a little bit more clips in here. Anyways, there's only 2 finds over here. There was some potential, but nothing too good. Let's start with the lesser thing, I guess. It's not a lesser thing. This guy is called Space Usagi from the vintage TMNT line. He is missing all of his pieces, but it's a figure you don't see too often. He also comes with a helmet, which is always missing, just like over here. But he does have his shoulder pads, so the figure without the accessories is still complete. Of course, he's been played with, but it's such a cool figurine. I think I have him complete, but you know, maybe I can trade him or do some customization work on this guy. So I have to pick him up. I think he was 50 cents or something, so yeah, can't go wrong with that. Next up, I picked up a PlayStation 2 game, and usually I don't pick these up because, well, you know, I'm not that hard into PlayStation 2, but I couldn't really leave this guy behind. There was a big tub of PlayStation 2 stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to look through it, all the FIFAs, and over here was Maximo. Now, this is a game I've been looking for actively, actually. I've been looking for it over at conventions, but it's always really expensive. Over here at this vendor, I paid 5 euros for this one. It is complete, no scratches, so it comes with the cute manual over here, that big ass giant sword. It looks cool. You're finding, you know, skeletons and stuff like that. I think like the NTSC version is called Maximo Goes to Slayer or something like that. So yeah, this is derived from Ghosts and Goblins, and you know, just like Demon Crest, all those games, they seem to like have free sequels flowing through. And actually, Maximo got a sequel on a PS2. I don't think I have that one yet, but yeah, so glad adding this one to the collection. Capcom game, a 3D hack and slash one. So yeah, pretty fun finding all this stuff actually. So yeah. I definitely haven't been hitting the flea market hard in July, but I promise I'm gonna make more efforts going in August and really just trying to go like twice each weekend because I need more stuff. Maybe I don't, but I do need more stuff. Okay, guys, see you later. If you like what you saw, hit the subscribe button. There's plenty of other gaming content and, you know, vintage toy hunting stuff going on over here. So I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day or a nice evening. Bye.